Breaking news for Social Security recipients, SSI beneficiaries, and millions of seniors across America. President Trump has just backed a massive new payment plan that could put $3,200 directly into your bank account. But here's what you need to know right now. Not everyone will get paid at the same time. Some people could receive this money within weeks. Others might have to wait months. And if you don't know where you stand, you could be left behind while your neighbors are already getting paid. This is urgent. This affects your financial security. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to break down exactly who gets paid first, who qualifies, and what you need to do right now to make sure you don't miss out. Stay with me. This could change everything. If you're new here, welcome. This channel exists for one reason: to protect your benefits and keep you informed about every Social Security, SSI, and SSDI update that could impact your income. I know how confusing government programs can be. I know how frustrating it is when you hear about new payments or changes, but nobody explains it in plain English. That's why I'm here, to cut through the noise, to give you the facts, and to make sure you're never caught off guard. Because here's the truth: when the government announces new payment plans, there's always fine print. There are always eligibility rules, and there are always groups of people who get paid first while others are left waiting. Today, we're talking about a potential $3,200 payment plan that President Trump has publicly supported. This isn't just rumor. This isn't clickbait. This is a real proposal that's being discussed at the highest levels of government right now. But before we dive in, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because updates like this happen fast, and I don't want you to miss critical information that could affect your next payment. All right, let's get into it. What is this $3,200 payment plan? So first, let's talk about what this payment plan actually is. President Trump has publicly backed a proposal that would provide direct payments of up to $3,200 to certain Americans. Now, I need to be very clear here. This is not a Social Security COLA increase. This is not a regular monthly benefit adjustment. This is a one-time or phased payment plan designed to help Americans deal with rising costs, inflation, and economic uncertainty. The idea behind this plan is simple: give direct financial relief to the people who need it most. Seniors on fixed incomes, people receiving SSI and SSDI who are struggling to make ends meet, low-income families who are getting crushed by higher prices at the grocery store and the gas pump. This proposal has gained momentum because inflation is still a major issue for millions of Americans. Even though the economy has improved in some areas, the reality is that Social Security benefits and SSI payments haven't kept up with the cost of living for many people. So this $3,200 payment is being positioned as emergency economic relief. It's meant to bridge the gap, to help you pay your bills, to put food on the table, to cover medical expenses or prescriptions that keep going up in price. But here's where it gets complicated. Who qualifies for the $3,200 payment? Not everyone will qualify for this payment. And even among those who do qualify, not everyone will get the full $3,200. Let me break down the eligibility criteria based on what's being discussed right now. First, Social Security retirees. If you're currently receiving Social Security retirement benefits, you're likely in the first wave of recipients. Why? Because the Social Security Administration already has all your information. They already know your income. They already know your banking details. That makes it easier and faster to distribute payments to you. Second, SSI recipients. If you're receiving supplemental security income, you're also expected to be prioritized. SSI beneficiaries are some of the most financially vulnerable people in America. Many live on just $943 a month, so the government understands that this group needs relief urgently. Third, SSDI recipients. If you're on Social Security disability insurance, you're in the same boat as Social Security retirees. The SSA already has your information, so you'd likely be in an early payment group as well. Fourth, low-income seniors not currently receiving benefits. This is where it gets tricky. There are millions of seniors who are living on very limited income, but who don't qualify for Social Security or SSI for various reasons. Some worked jobs that didn't pay into Social Security. Others might be living off small pensions or savings. The proposal includes provisions to help these people too, but they might have to apply separately or verify their income through the IRS. Now, here's the income threshold that's being discussed. If you're a single person earning less than $75,000 a year, or a couple earning less than $150,000 a year, you'd likely qualify for the full payment. If you earn more than that, the payment amount could be reduced or phased out entirely. But remember, these numbers are not final. Congress still has to approve this plan. The details could change, the amounts could change, the timelines could change. Why is Trump backing this plan? You might be wondering, why is this happening now? Why is President Trump pushing for this payment plan? There are a few reasons. First, inflation is still hurting millions of Americans, especially seniors. Even though inflation has cooled from its peak, prices are still much higher than they were a few years ago. Groceries cost more, utilities cost more, housing costs more, and for people on fixed incomes, every dollar matters. Second, this is about political momentum. President Trump has made it clear that he wants to deliver financial relief to working-class and middle-class Americans. He's positioning himself as a president who fights for seniors, retirees, and people on Social Security. And supporting a $3,200 payment plan is a way to show that commitment. Third, there's bipartisan pressure to do something. Republicans and Democrats might disagree on a lot of things, but there's broad agreement that seniors and low-income families are struggling. So there's real momentum behind proposals like this. Who gets paid first? Now let's talk about the most important question. Who gets paid first? Based on how previous stimulus payments and relief programs have been rolled out, here's what we can expect. Group 1. Social Security retirees with direct deposit. If you're currently receiving Social Security retirement benefits and you have direct deposit set up, you're almost certainly going to be in the first wave. The SSA can push payments out to you within days or weeks once the plan is approved. No application needed. No forms to fill out. The money just shows up in your bank account. Group 2. SSI and SSDI recipients with direct deposit. Same deal. If you're on SSI or SSDI and you have direct deposit, you're in the fast lane. The government already knows who you are and where to send the money. Group 3. Social Security, SSI, and SSDI recipients without direct deposit. If you don't have direct deposit set up and you receive your benefits by paper check, you'll still get the payment, but it might take a few extra weeks. The government will mail you a check to your address on file. Group 4, seniors and low-income individuals not currently receiving federal benefits. This is the group that could face the longest wait. If you're not already in the Social Security or SSI system, you might have to verify your eligibility through the IRS or another agency. That means filling out forms, providing documentation, and waiting for approval. It could take months. Here's a real-world example to make this clear. Let's say you're Mary. You're 68 years old. You've been receiving Social Security retirement benefits for 3 years. You have direct deposit set up. When this payment plan gets approved, the SSA will automatically deposit $3,200 into your account within 2 to 3 weeks. You don't have to do anything. Now let's say you're John. You're 72 years old. You worked for a small company that didn't pay into Social Security, so you don't receive Social Security benefits. You live off a small pension and some savings. When this payment plan gets approved, you'll have to go to the IRS website or call a hotline to verify your income and provide your banking information. It could take 6 to 8 weeks before you see the money. That's the difference. And that's why it's so important to know where you stand. What about people who receive both Social Security and SSI? Good question. If you receive both Social Security and SSI, what's called concurrent benefits, you'll likely get the payment based on your Social Security record. You won't get double paid, but you also won't be penalized. The SSA will process your payment the same way they process your regular benefits. Could the payment amount be less than $3,200? Yes, it's possible. If your income is above the threshold, let's say you're a single person earning $80,000 a year, the payment could be reduced. The higher your income, the less you'd receive. And if you're above a certain income level, you might not qualify at all. Also, keep in mind that this $3,200 figure is what's being discussed right now. Congress could negotiate it down. It could end up being $3,000 or $2,500, or it could be broken into smaller payments spread out over several months. Nothing is final until Congress passes the bill and the president signs it. When could this happen? Here's the timeline we're looking at. Right now, this proposal is being debated in Congress. President Trump has voiced his support, but it still needs to go through the legislative process. That means committee hearings, negotiations, amendments, and votes in both the House and the Senate. If everything moves quickly, and that's a big if, this could be approved within the next 30 to 60 days. Payments could start going out as early as March or April 2025. But if there are delays, disagreements, or political roadblocks, it could take longer. It might not happen until late spring or summer. The key thing to understand is this: the government moves slowly. Even when there's broad support for a proposal, it takes time to turn it into law and then to actually distribute the money. So be patient, stay informed, and don't panic if you don't see the money in your account tomorrow. Now, I need to give you some very important warnings and advice. Warning number 1, watch out for scams. Whenever the government announces new payments, the scammers come out in full force. You're going to start seeing emails, text messages, and phone calls claiming to be from the Social Security Administration or the IRS. They'll say you need to verify your information to get your payment. They'll ask for your Social Security number, your bank account details, or your personal information. Do not fall for it. The real Social Security Administration will never call you out of the blue and ask for your personal information. They will never threaten you. They will never demand immediate payment or personal details over the phone. If you get a suspicious call or message, hang up, do not engage, and report it to the SSA's Office of the Inspector General. Warning number 2, don't spend money you haven't received yet. I know how tempting it is to start planning what you'll do with $3,200. Maybe you're thinking about paying off a credit card. Maybe you want to fix your car or stock up on groceries. But don't count on this money until it's actually in your account. This proposal could still fall through. It could be delayed, the amount could be reduced, so don't make financial decisions based on money you don't have yet. Advice: make sure your information is up to date. If you're currently receiving Social Security, SSI, or SSDI, log into your My Social Security account and make sure your direct deposit information is current. Make sure your address is correct. Make sure your banking details are accurate. If you've recently moved or changed banks, update your information now. Don't wait until the last minute. If you don't have a My Social Security account, create one. Go to ssa.gov and follow the instructions. It takes less than 10 minutes, and it'll make your life so much easier when these payments start going out. Advice: stay informed. This situation is fluid. Details are changing every day. So stay tuned to this channel. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss updates. And if you're not sure whether you qualify, or if you have questions about your specific situation, contact the Social Security Administration directly. Don't rely on rumors or Facebook posts. Go straight to the source. All right, let me tell you why I do this. I started this channel because I was tired of seeing seniors, retirees, and people on fixed incomes get confused, misled, or left behind when it comes to their benefits. The government doesn't make this stuff easy to understand. The rules are complicated. The language is confusing. And by the time most people figure out what's going on, they've already missed a payment or lost out on money they were entitled to. I don't want that to happen to you. So if you found this video helpful, do me a favor. Subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that notification bell and share this video with anyone you know who's on Social Security, SSI, or SSDI. Because the more people who understand what's happening, the fewer people who get left behind. This channel is your protection. It's your early warning system. It's your guide to navigating the confusing world of Social Security and government benefits. And I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here every single week, breaking down the latest updates, explaining the changes, and making sure you're always one step ahead. Let me wrap this up with the key takeaway. President Trump has backed a new $3,200 payment plan designed to provide financial relief to millions of Americans. Social Security retirees, SSI recipients, and SSDI beneficiaries are expected to be among the first to receive payments, potentially within weeks of the plan being approved. But not everyone will get paid at the same time. If you have direct deposit, you'll get your money faster. If you're not currently in the Social Security system, you might have to wait longer and verify your eligibility. The most important thing you can do right now is make sure your information is up to date with the Social Security Administration. Check your direct deposit details, verify your address, and stay alert for scams. This is a developing story. Congress still has to approve this plan, and details could change. But if and when this money starts going out, you'll be ready. I'll keep you updated every step of the way. Thank you for watching. Stay informed, stay protected, and I'll see you in the next video.